我的同伴们正把被俘的奥托·冯·布尔高带回苏赫多尔，我们也将在那里决定该如何处置他。我得尽快赶到那里。在上期视频结尾，咱们把那个冯·布尔高给抓住了啊！现在我们返回这个苏赫多尔这个地方去讨论一下如何处置他。骑行前往苏赫多尔与其他人会合。咱们到了啊，找他聊吗？我已就绪，接下来会发生什么
？So, I'm back. How's it going? Have you got anything out of von Bergov?
Not yet. We need to fix ourselves up after the battle. We'll hear what Otto
明
has
天
to
再
say
听听
tomorrow.
奥特有什么话要说，还得休息到明天是吧？那我直接原地等待咯。明天早上8点来。再吃口早饭，哎，吃撑了，一不小心啊。然后呢？哎，找张床，咱们再睡一会儿吧。福伦队长，教我一些新的战斗技巧吧。
I'd like to learn it.
Also gut. Was soll?
高位横劈。
Ich bin so alt. So ins Bett. Willst du es mir zeigen?
300块，学一下。
Gut, gut. Erst ha und jetzt.
这个咱们就不用听了，它这个是浪费1小时时间，直接增加我们那个武器的经验值。
Ist doch gut, oder? May it serve you in good health, mein Freund.
再学几招。
I'd like.
Also, damit vor mir, wenn du.
便宜啊，全学了。还有吗？
I'd like to.
What are you?
剑术，学个剑术，500块，直接赚麻了。剑术升级了，我们学个技能。咱们剑术还差最后3个技能就学完了。你在使用长剑的同时，还能使用盾牌和火把。好处是你的攻击范围得以扩大，坏处则是你的攻击速度会降低30%，伤害降低20%，所消耗的耐力提升20%，且我只能发动短剑连击。无所谓，学。然后这个任务可以继续了。哎，你把门给我关了干什么？啊，这个小兵，我看你是不想干了啊。会议什么时候开始
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
You came at the right time. We're just about to deal with him, and you can join in.
正在准备对被俘的冯布尔高发起审问。
Lord von Bergov, despite the circumstances that brought you here.
It is an honor, Peter. Compared to what I had to endure from Zizka and Kunstadt, your good manners are a welcome change.
I'll do my best to make your, involuntary stay no more inconvenient than it has to be.
Aren't you being a bit too welcoming, Sir Peter?
Just what I was thinking. Fuck that bollocks. He's a captive, not some busty wench. He's only alive to squeal what he knows. It'd be quicker if I just beat it out of him.
这些人是贵族，我们不能拷问他们。以眼还眼，以牙还牙。说得好。
That's right. He treated us like cattle. He was completely ruthless, as Zizka could tell you.
Calm down now. We should hold back until Jobst arrives.
Fuck this shit. The longer I listen to this bastards, the more my fists itch.
Instead of these pathetic threats, why do you not make me an offer? You do know that I am...
Shut your trap, Otto. Right now you're nothing. You lost most of your men at Rabos, and the rest croaked when we took Malashov. So what do you have left? A nice coat and a smug face.
Do you really think Sigismund made me his chamberlain because of my soldiers? Or to have someone to take care of the running of conquered fortresses?
Shut up, damn it! We're asking the questions.
Really? Then why have I not heard a single one yet? And what a shame that is. I am a pragmatic man, and I'm sure we can work something out. But lay a hand on me.
你们要是敢动我，就一个字都别想听到，是吗？我们最好举止得体些。很显然，他不知道自己现在是什么处境。
This is unbelievable. He's lost everything, but he still thinks he can push us around.
Well, he's right, though. He is one of Sigismund's closest men.
You're buying that? He talks just like Jobst. When he gets here, they can yap till doomsday for all I care. But now we just don't have the time.
Jobst wants to come back here. After he got away from us by the skin of his teeth?
Well, he has to show Sigismund our army up close.
So it's true. I couldn't believe the Margrave had finally made a move. I thought he would never march into battle.
你不愿意合作吗？你不会是害怕了吧？约布斯特会解决你的。
You're not the only one who didn't want to believe it. But it's true. The Margrave raised enough coin to put together an army that can take on Sigismund. And as you know, Jobst is nothing if not pragmatic. He wouldn't join a losing side. So the question is, where do you want to be when he gets here?
On the winning side, of course, young man. But Jobst has to actually get here and then win. And there is many a slip twixt cup and lip. Although, I expect you people have no idea of the situation Sigismund is in right now.
Oh. What situation is he in, then?
In the shit, Lord Trotsnov. In the shit. So, a sensible person should seize every opportunity that presents itself. And I am eminently sensible. Lord Capon.
Yes?
When you came to Trotsky, you were carrying a message with an offer of an alliance from Lords Hanush and Radzik, were you not?
Exactly.
I think it is time I gave you my answer.
明智的决定。你说什么？叛徒。
A wise decision, sir.
But suspicious. Why the sudden change of heart?
You think I'm some villain, don't you? But I've only ever wanted what is best, believe me. What is best for this country, for my loyal supporters, and, naturally, for myself. And I'm not ashamed of that. And it appears that Sigismund is no longer what is best. He's in trouble, both here and in Hungary. The army is not getting paid, morale is poor, and the Kuttenberg miners are rebelling. So the crown is running out of silver.
I see. The butcher's on his way, so you want to flee the pigsty, eh?
Naturally. And together we can even set fire to this pigsty, as you put it. If you want my advice.
I'm all ears, sir.
The last straw Sigismund is grasping is the royal treasury at the Italian court. If he were to lose his silver, he wouldn't be able to pay his soldiers and would have to withdraw to Hungary.
We're supposed to rob the Italian court.
The most secure place in the town?
Of course. And while you're there, you can also free the lords captured at Raborz.
My father.
Lord Pisek, as the former mint master, you must surely know of some way to sneak in.
There is no way. The court's an impregnable fortress.
Really? What about tunneling in? There are hundreds of tunnels beneath the city, and if I'm not mistaken, one of them runs beneath the court.
That's total madness. There might be some passageway leading there, but no one knows those old tunnels now. Besides, they might collapse at any time. One could easily come to a bad end there.
But that can also happen when you try to mount a horse drunk. What's with this tunnel?
There's a whole labyrinth of tunnels under the city. You'd have to dig from inside the treasury to find the one you want. And where they all lead to, God alone knows.
God and me.
Oh, pardon me, milady, but how would you know?
Not all young noblewomen devote their days to embroidery, Sir Peter. I look after Father's documents, and I know all about the plans of the passageways beneath our palace. St. James's Church owes its existence in part to the generous donations of the Rutards. So in the past we had a secret underground entrance built into its crypts, and St. James's is right next to the Italian court.
A handy escape route from the palace, eh? If you don't mind crawling through a tunnel, that is.
In short, you can theoretically walk directly from Rutard Palace to the Italian court.
Sure. That is, after breaking through the walls that separate the crypt from the tunnel, and the tunnel from the cellars.
听起来不错。
By Christ, it's worth a try.
That sounds almost too good to be true. And too easy. With a bit of luck, we'll get to the cellars of the court. What then?
What do you think? The guards will come down on you and it'll all be over.
So we need someone who can help us on the inside. Someone who'll distract the guards and lead us to the silver.
看来这个人是我喽。皮赛克的克里斯蒂安呢？乌尔里希·瓦万克怎么样？这个家伙应该不太行吧，不能相信他。这个呢
Christian of Pisek is the steward at the Italian court. He could help us.
Perhaps. But my brother's never been easy to deal with. He'd be taking a big risk, and besides, he doesn't have the Mint Master's key to the treasury. I'm afraid Vavak's your only hope.
瓦万克是我唯一的希望。
It's just that you can't trust him.
There is one other possibility.
Oh?
Oh?
What's that, Sir Otto?
Perhaps you have heard about the expected arrival here of a rare visitor from very far away.
Who? Do you mean... Surely not.
The very one.
What the fuck are you talking about? Speak clearly.
Well then, a papal legate is on his way to the town directly from Rome. He's coming to adjudicate the dispute about the new church.
What's that got to do with us?
Where would he be received except at the Italian court, along with his entourage? No one knows them. No one has ever seen them. And very few understand their language. They might as well be volunteering for you to take their place.
Well, bugger me. This is starting to sound fucking good.
What? What do you mean, take their place? Are we supposed to kill them, or what?
Why not? I had a feeling you were not concerned about a few corpses. At Malashov, you slaughtered the whole village. What is one legate compared to that?
沉默。
Jesus, get a grip, fellas. Do you want to burn in hell?
Calm down. We'll just lock the Pope's lackey up for a bit, and once we've got the silver, we'll let him go again. No one gets hurt.
St. Joseph, cover thy ears.
Where will we find that legate?
He's staying in Loretz, at the vineyard. He's got the use of the whole place for himself and his escort. But I don't know how many there are.
Good. We'll send Catherine there to have a look.
经
And
典
then we'll
凯瑟琳。
burst in there and cause a bit of a fuss, so he doesn't get any stupid ideas. And that'll be that.
沉默。
Gentlemen, the legate is a man of the cloth, like me. I know Latin, and even a bit of Italian too, as it happens. I could explain to him what we need. Maybe we can persuade him to go along with it.
He'll tell us to kiss his arse, more likely.
Sir Hinek, never underestimate the power of sweet words. Especially when the listener has a knife at his throat.
It's true, none of us would be very convincing as an Italian cardinal. It'd be better if we made him take us with him as his retinue.
我们拿特使的随从怎么办？我们进去之后做什么？如果他不合作呢？
What if the legate refuses to talk to us?
Well, we can always beat him up. Take his clothes and let someone else put them on. Like Godwin, eh? Since he's a priest.
Hold on. I'm not going to play the jester for anyone.
Nobody's asking you to. We stick to the plan. We'll work on the legate so he agrees to take us in with him. Then we'll find a way somehow.
我们进去之后做什么？
All right, let's say we get inside with the legate. What then? What if he betrays us?
That's why we mustn't let him out of our sight. Godwin will take care of that.
Me?
You said you spoke Italian, didn't you? If he starts squealing, you'll hold a dagger to his ribs and ask him politely to play nice.
May God look the other way.
Meanwhile, the rest of us will have to deal with the guards inside, prepare the ground for digging, and open the treasury.
That's damned risky.
No one will be expecting us. As long as we don't make a ruckus too soon, it'll all be over. And the whole place will be ours before they even notice.
But what do we do with the legate's real retinue?
Lock them up at the Devil's Den. One of our men can guard them there.
A couple more peculiar fellas blabbering nonsense won't look out of place there in the slightest.
All right. I can't think of anything better anyway.
Agreed then. We'll try gentle persuasion to begin with.
这个任务像不像侠盗猎车系列里面抢银行的任务？
Anything that could help us out of Vavak.
Most importantly, get that key from him.
Then wait for us at Rotard Palace, where we'll set up our base. We'll get there first thing in the morning.
And how are you going to get inside? The palace will be closed and maybe guarded. I don't expect you want to march through the main entrance, where everyone can see you, and break the gate down while you're at it.
That's true, milady. What do you suggest?
There's not only a passageway to the church, but also down to the river. I know it like the back of my hand. I could show Henry the way if you like.
No offense, my lady, but you'll be safer here.
他和我一起去，没事，跟我一起去啊，各位。
She's coming with me. Nobody knows Rutthard Palace as well as Lady Rosa.
Do you want to get into the court? Then you need Rutthard Palace. You want Rutthard Palace? Then I'm coming along.
All right. Both of you are going to town. And no dawdling. You should be on the road tomorrow at the latest. Time is of the essence.
That's that then. Let's get to work.
让我们开始吧，护送罗莎小姐前往鲁瑟德宫。走吧。
It looks like the two of us will be going to Kuttenberg alone.
Lucky me.
Aren't you looking forward to going home?
You're observant. When they captured Pa, von Bergov's people stormed into Rutthard Palace.
He didn't come to capture you personally?
No. And that really suited his people. They grabbed whatever they could get their hands on. After what you did to Malashov, we may have lost everything we had.
How do we even get inside Rutthard Palace?
At midnight, you climb onto the battlements, turn on your heel 3 times,
You
say the
what?
magic formula, and it'll open up.
What?
I've told you, haven't I? Via the secret passage. I know where the entrance is, so all you have to do is come with me.
Are you ready to go?
There's no point in dallying.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
不久之后，在库腾堡附近。
Well, here we are. I'm not keen on going into that darkness.
Are you afraid?
Of the dark? Me? I'm not a little girl. But God knows what we'll find inside. Especially at the far end.
别担心，我会陪着你。
I'll be with you. If anything happens, just stay behind me and...
Ah, my hero. But since I'm the one who knows the way, I'll be going first.
走吧。一边拿剑一边拿火把，新的技能派上用场了，各位。来，我来走前面。
Usually there's only a small trickle running
怎么能
through
让
here.
女士走前面呢
The water must have risen.
Be careful not to fall into the water. Those servants might think there's a water sprite crawling out of their cellar.
Most of them have known me since I was a little girl, and they're not easily frightened. Do you have any idea how many times they have to wash, dress, and groom me to make me presentable to my father? I mean, when I was little, of course.
她好漂亮啊，兄弟们！哎，怎么了？
Anyway, what's Lord Capon's problem with underground passageways? When I mentioned it at Subdol, he looked like he was about to faint.
When we were defending the Barkov, we got buried under the rubble from a demolished tower.
Oh my god!
He was lucky to survive it. I still remember him calling for help. He was scared to death. There was nothing we could do. That's when he was captured by von Bergov. Since then, he's not comfortable with tight spaces.
Sorry, I was a silly goose to bring it up.
他这个裙子刚走完，那个水应该湿了吧？看着没什么问题，这细节没处理到位啊。
Damn, I didn't count on it being so deep.
Everything all right?
No. Don't you see how deep it is ahead of us?
我得背着你吗？
I hope you don't expect me to carry you.
I most certainly do. Unless you want to prove to me that you really are an uncouth village oaf after all.
Well, what's to be done? I'll carry you over.
Don't worry, though. I'm not some fragile petal. What's the hurry? I've got plenty of time. Is that how you carry a lady, you oaf?
Don't complain. No one ever taught me how to do it.
And it shows. Oof. Be careful.
It's just a short way. Hang on.
我就不放他下来了，兄弟们，直接扛着走啊！哎，你下来吧，到了。
Oof. Well, you could have been gentler, but I suppose I should be glad you got me here in one piece.
哟，他直接就把门整开了啊！
I hear voices. Looks like we've got company. And not welcome company, I reckon.
我去干他！
Look at all this mess. I can hardly recognize this place.
This doesn't look like the work of Avak's people. More like city rabble and beggars.
They're acting like they own the place. If Pa were to see this, we must get rid of them.
OK，
Oh, so I'm supposed to slaughter them? Just like that?
Yes, that scum has no right to defile this place with their presence. It's our home, our property.
Which means they deserve to die.
If we want to be sure they won't give us away, we've no choice.
行啊，
But we don't even know who they are or how many are here. They might be harmless cripples, but they could also be a pack of cutthroats.
I know, but what do you want to do? Sit back and wait for them to die of old age?
So you want me to get rid of them? But what will you do? I'm responsible for keeping you safe.
Don't you worry. You don't have to hold my hand in my own home. Do you see this ivy here? It goes all the way up to the window of my chamber. That's where I keep my crossbow. I bet that riffraff didn't find it. If I climb up there, I can cover you from above. Just in case.
还有这种操作呢？好吧，
If you say so. But if anything happens, hide. Got it?
All right. Now turn around so you
以
can't
免
see
看到
our
他的
mustard.
裙底。哈，好家伙，
Here we go.
防御力拉闷呢
I
啊
hope Rosa！can aim well.
他都上去了，牛皮啊！我想说，咱们不需要他的掩护，兄弟们。哥们儿上来就是干呢，你们这帮小老弟。
Fuck! I'm bleeding. What the?
来，
Rosa?
Take that.
Could you... Rosa!
哦呦哦呦哦呦！哎，你倒是大师反他呀！惨，惨不忍睹。
You won't get me.
嘿嘿，
I've been waiting for you.
又上，看到了。
Are you alright?
I am. For now. Are you all right, Henry? I think I hit one too.
好剑法，
You're a good shot. Capon and Kabianka wouldn't believe their eyes.
Thanks.
Is something wrong?
Someone's trying to break through the door.
Oh, damn it. I'll be there in a moment.
Be careful.
Load your crossbow, and if they get inside before I get there, shoot them.
I barricaded the door. I'm sure.
快去吧，亨利，还说啥呢？赶紧救老婆啊！
I left no stone unturned.
完了，好像不是从这上啊。
What a mess!
一帮小老弟活力了，我看是。
I'm all yours!
哎呦，好不得了啊！
I've been waiting for you.
Oh, what's that sound?
你还敢开门？还敢开？还敢敲？还敢敲？
Rosa, it's me.
Henry, are you all right?
I'm in one piece.
Are they
我为了帮你，我中了好几刀。
all of them?
Aye. It's over.
All right. I'll let you in. You can come in now.
你得负责啊！
So, here we are. Welcome home.
It doesn't feel much like home anymore. They were behaving like animals in here.
没事儿，
Right. We've got a lot of work to do. But we'll get there. You'll see. We have to. There's a lot at stake.
That's true. You know, Henry, I want to ask you something. And I
爱过
want an honest answer, all right? If everything were to go wrong at the Italian court and, God forbid, you had to choose, would you still try to rescue my father, even if it meant putting stealing the silver in jeopardy?
这还用想吗？
The lives of allies are obviously the most valuable asset to us. Without their support, the silver would be useless anyway.
Not to mention it wouldn't last you very long anyway.
Don't worry. We'll either leave the Italian court with the lords, or...
Or not at all.
Don't worry about the mess. Our boys will happily clean up once they get here. We owe you that.
That's nice. But no one can get back my mother's silver, my brother's hunting trophies, and my books. Some of them are maybe worth more than this entire place.
If our plan succeeds and your father is freed, do you know what will come next?
I haven't given it much thought yet.
You don't want to get your hopes up.
That too. But if you actually do rob the Royal Mint, we'll also be suspects. We'll have to flee from here. Possibly for good.
Maybe it won't be necessary. As soon as Jobst and his troops arrive, you'll be safe again.
Maybe. But your duties are elsewhere. Capon's estate is in Retaille. Besides, he'll be getting married, and you'll surely be accompanying him. Why should my father and I stay here anyway? What do we have left?
哦哟，成了吗？
You'll be all right.
My father would clap you in irons for that.
那你去告我吧，你这个共犯！
And for this.
Oh, it seems you know how a lady should be carried.
Where to, ma'am? I don't see any rivers, ditches, or puddles to cross.
Dami castitatem e continentiam, sed non le moro. Forward, Sir Knight.
罗莎说梦话，你希望你懂拉丁语。
Oh, Christ. Oh, is it morning already? Zizka and the others will most likely be here by now. About that night when we were alone here.
What about it?
I thought maybe you want to talk about it.
Do you think there's anything to talk about?
Well, what's next for us?
Nothing, most likely. I'm Lord Rutard's daughter. Our name still means a lot, despite all the trouble we're in. When my pa is free and an opportunity presents itself, I'll have to get married.
Ah.
Has your father already picked a groom for you?
Not yet, but I know how it goes. If I'm lucky, I'll marry a young nobleman and soon bear him a bunch of children. And if I'm really lucky, they'll find me some old man who will drop dead before we even leave the church.
I'll marry you then.
What?
If we can free your father, I could ask him for your hand in marriage, even under threat that he'll go back under lock and key if he refuses.
I don't think he'd allow it either way. Lord Rutard's daughter, and the bastard son of the Lord of Skalitz, who was driven out of his estate by Sigismund himself. That's not going to happen. Although, our plan may very well fail, and no one might survive. Why throw something nice away prematurely? You know, carpe diem et memento mori.
Well, if that's how you feel.
OK， 那接下来咱们去做什么呢？祈祷者。罗莎小姐总是能让我惊掉下巴，她攀爬的身姿灵活的像只松鼠，倘若弩箭在手，她简直比库宾卡还要令人胆寒。而这些仅仅是冰山一角，好消息是，我们的其他同伴明天早上就会抵达。也就是说，咱们需要在这里再歇一晚上吗？好像是这么回事儿，那我就等吧。啊，不能再拖了。What the hell？ 哎，把衣服穿上，怎么回事儿？保存。
Well, you picked the right one to ask. I didn't.
What do you make of this Brabant fellow?
He's unquestionably a remarkable knight, that Vakelin. He rambles on a lot, though. My head nearly burst listening to him sometimes, although it was better than being stuck there alone. Otherwise, he seems to me like a bold and worldly gentleman, if a little obsessed with wealth.
I agree. He seems quite likeable. And he's got a score to settle with Sigismund, like we do.
He certainly has.
What happened when von Bergov hauled you off after the Nabarkov battle?
It was a dreadful journey. Jesus, don't even remind me. It was a bit better in Malashov. Apart from being locked up, of course.
Well, the main thing is, you're alive and kicking. And back with us.
Indeed.
主线找谁聊啊？铁铁。What the hell？ 怎么都是闲聊
I see you're already here. How was the journey? Did you run into any trouble?
No, it actually went quite well. Brabant wouldn't shut up, though. Credit where credit's due. He really helped in Malashov. That hit to the gate came at just the right time. We'd have dropped like flies if not for his men. But sometimes, I feel like letting something blow up next to my head, too. Just so as not to have to listen to him for a while. I'd be more interested in hearing what happened here yesterday. When we got here, it was like a pigsty.
We ran into a few scoundrels, but everything went well.
So, those corpses in the courtyard.
Sad, but inevitable.
Anyway, I told the men to get rid of the bodies and clean up the place a little. Hope the lady won't mind.
Quite the contrary, I think.
How did it go with Vavak, anyway?
Well, after everything that happened, I didn't want to leave Rosa here by herself. I'll have to go and see him now.
I understand. But go and see him as soon as possible. We won't get anywhere without his Mint Master's key.
OK， 取得皇室宝库的钥匙，让瓦万克协助偷盗白银。咱们需要前往旁边是吧 ？Let's go。
What? Bugger off.
让我滚开？怎么跟我说话呢？
Hey, what the hell are you looking for?
Master Vavak is busy.
What are you on about? I can clearly see you two aren't Vavak's men.
How could you possibly know, eh?
Vavak's guards wear his crest. A golden 5-petaled rose on a blue field. Come clean. Whose back are you watching? Some thieves?
No thieves. Christian of Pisek is visiting.
The steward of the Royal Mint.
Christian of Pisek? I know him. If he's here, I want to talk to him.
Hey, should we believe him?
Why not let him go? He's alone. If anything happens, we could just kick him out.
Please, come in.
他俩认为可以把我赶走，就凭你们两个烂番薯、臭番茄啊！开玩笑。
Not a soul around. Very odd.
一个人也没。哟，人呢？兄弟们，怎么个事儿？空空如也。这家伙跑哪去了？藏起来了吗？
What the? Henry? How the hell did you get in here?
I have my ways.
All right then. Keep your secrets.
Where is Vavak?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
Surely he can't have just vanished.
I know for a fact you won't find him in town. And he's probably not hiding anywhere nearby either.
Shit. How long has he been gone?
A few days now. He took the money from his secret mint and disappeared at night.
Did Vavak take the Mint Master's key with him?
Well, if he had any sense left, he'd leave it here.
Why's that?
No one will be looking for the coin from the secret enterprise. But if it turned out Vavak had disappeared with the treasury key, the whole court would be after him. Unfortunately, Vavak isn't that stupid.
What's to be done? Damn it. I wanted to talk to Vavak about it, but me and you are going to have to sort it out. The question is, whether I can trust you.
Excuse me? I took a big risk to help you last time, and you don't trust me all of a sudden?
Only this time the risk is even bigger.
Risk, you say? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. And I like gains. Talk to me then. It can't hurt to try. The worst that might happen is I won't help you.
能相信他吗？
All right. But your life depends on nobody finding out about this.
Ah, don't worry. My life was at stake last time, and we're both still here. So you can trust me.
I hope so. Me and a few others want to rob the treasury in the Italian court.
What? My word! I was bracing myself for anything, but this? Have you lost your mind?
Calm down, for God's sake. I know how it sounds, but we've got a good reason and a good plan. Believe me, we just need a little help getting inside. That's what I need Vavak for. But he's not here now.
I hardly think the dirt we have on him would be enough to make Vavak do something as crazy as that. So, why do you think I should take such a big risk? Do you know how much trouble Baresh's murder caused me? The one you neglected to tell me about.
It just never came up.
I was hoping that I'd take over the mint one day as it was. But now I'll have to get silver from God knows where. Why the hell should I help you?
你为什么要帮我？你也不用帮我呀。
Think about it. Vavak's gone, and if we succeed, Sigismund won't have any coin to pay his army. He'll go back to Hungary without appointing a new mint master. That will be your chance.
I can't deny it. You know how to sweet-talk a fellow. All right? Let's say I'll help you. But there's one thing we have to be clear about. If it all goes wrong and the slightest shadow of suspicion falls on me, I'll spill the beans about the secret mint. And I'll blame it all on you. You know a lot, and you'll happily confess in the torture chamber.
Well, all right then.
I'm glad we understand each other. So, what exactly is your plan?
We'll get into the church council meeting as the legate's retinue.
The legates? What do you mean?
In any case, it'd be wise to have someone at the meeting who can make sure the legate doesn't do anything stupid. We'll be keeping an eye on him, of course, but it'd be better to have a local on hand as well. And that would be your job.
Well, how can I put it? If you manage to get to Cardinal Pozzo and persuade him to help you, take you with him to the Italian court, not give anything away, and lastly, make it through the entire council without shitting himself, I'll walk barefoot to Rome myself.
光脚走去罗马。
Very droll. So will you help us or not?
I can turn a blind eye to someone sneaking around the courtyard, or reassure anyone at the council who notices something is off. But don't expect anything more.
那就够
And
了
what。will your lot do in the meantime?
Some of them will dig a tunnel into the court cellars from outside. That's how we'll get the silver out.
Clever. There's a whole labyrinth under the Italian court. But breaking through will take a lot of effort. And after that?
We'll free all the lords held captive at the court.
I couldn't help you with that even if I wanted to. And I'd advise you to give up on that. Getting the silver alone will be hard enough as it is. Anything else?
That's
没了。
all you need to know. We just need you at the council.
Very well then.
Now I just need to find Vavak's key. Have you seen it?
No, the only thing I found Vavak left is this letter. Here, take it. Maybe it'll help you. And Henry, don't forget, I'll help you. But I can't afford to be under any suspicion. Do you
明白，
understand?
明白，明白，明
Count
白
on。me.
我们俩从来没见过面，
Save
也
the
没聊过
thanks.
天啊。
Let me get to work.
我不认识你，你也不认识我，就这么简单啊，铁铁。下一步，咱们先出去吧。取得皇室宝库的钥匙啊，需要在这里面搜吗 ？What the hell, man？
5 dozen eggs. That's not it. Who the hell is that?
这你妈箱子里面放他妈蜘蛛网，你疯了？What's wrong with you？ 请交给意大利宫的皇家铸币官皮塞克的克里斯蒂安先生。当你读到这些内容的时候，我已经离开城镇很久了。父，去你妈的！去你妈的钥匙！去他妈的一切！啊！我寻思这句话也没有透露钥匙所在啊。What the hell？ 他不会把钥匙丢到那个窗子外了吧？听起来很像啊。他说的那个话很像是一怒之下把钥匙丢出了窗外啊！我靠，在这里面吗 ？Holy shit！ 哎呀，这没想到插在一个秘制汉堡上啊！
Well, that really is
我吐了。
disgusting. Fuck you, Vavak, wherever you are.
哎呦，搁这做排排吃果果。
I was at the Mint Master's place.
Hold on. Everybody should be hearing this. Well, how did it go? Do you have the key?
Aye, I've got it. But it stinks a bit.
Quel puanteur! Put it away unless you want to see my breakfast.
And what about the Mint Master? Will he help us out?
Vavak got out of the town. But in his house, I met Christian of Pisek, the steward of the Italian court. He promised to help us if we get in a tight spot.
Can we trust him?
I think so. He owes me. But he's afraid they'd know if he was involved.
Did he tell you anything interesting?
When he heard what we were up to, he said we were mad. According to him, we'd either get killed on the spot or end up on the gallows.
Maybe we should, reconsider.
This fella's got no imagination. If we could snatch von Bergau's fucking cannon, this'll be a piece of cake.
That's all he told me.
Let's get to the point. We must have everything ready before Catherine returns from Loretz, especially the way through to the court.
I should say so. If I'm going to send my men, I have to know exactly where the way through is to be made.
That'll be your job, Henry. And Brabant's going with you.
Excuse-moi? Why should I?
Because you've been telling us you know the Kuttenberg underground like the back of your hand.
And I do, but not firsthand. Only from mind maps and drawings. Nobody will let men of my standing enter those moldy shafts.
If Brabant doesn't want to go into the tunnels, I'll go with someone else.
With Ruthard's daughter, eh? One night wasn't enough
被你
for
发
you.
现了
I
啊！
meant with somebody like Sam. He knows his way around the town underground too.
Oui. That is a good idea.
Why not? Maybe the cold down there will cool his hot head.
What exactly are we supposed to do in that cellar?
Get as far as you can and mark the spot where Brabant's men will start digging.
I see. Why do I feel like that sounds a bit too easy?
Well, we have no idea what's really down there, so you've better have a weapon handy.
Come now. Surely you do not mean...
Rutard's daughter will tell you more. She came up with this part of the plan.
Where are the others, anyway? Kubienka, Ada, and Janos.
They heard there was work to be done, so... they left à l'anglaise.
Did you do the work of 3, eh? At least with your mouth.
They're getting some wagons so we can move the silver. If Pisak wasn't lying, there's quite a haul there.
What will you lot do in the meantime?
We'll be doing the planning. We've got to bring those captured Italians to the Devil's Den somehow. They'll just sit tight till we give them back their legate, and then we'll let them all go.
The main thing is keeping Godwin away from the booze. Or we'll have no way of talking to the gents from Rome.
OK， 我们先和妹妹问一下这个隧道的情况啊。
I'm gonna go explore the underground passages that lead to the Italian court. Can you tell me more about them?
What exactly would you like to know?
Where exactly are the tunnels?
They run under most of Italian Street. Some are remnants of the original mine gallery, but other parts are much more recent. So far, only the section from Rutard Palace to the crypt under the church is accessible.
Well, the church is quite a long way from the court. If the tunnel has collapsed anywhere, we're out of luck.
Right. But the tunnels were checked properly before they started building the church. If some part collapsed, we'd be the first to know.
Tell me more about this mine gallery.
It's been abandoned for years, but we could use it. According to the drawings, it's very close to the court cellars. Christian of Pisek confirmed it.
That's a very strange coincidence.
My father said King Wenceslas had long suspected he had enemies among his own ranks. Maybe he had an escape route built. He just didn't finish it in time.
What exactly am I supposed to be looking for down there? What are we searching for?
We need to find and mark the point where the crypt wall joins with the tunnel. When we break through the wall, only a thin partition will be between us and the cellars of the Italian court.
But how will I know I've found the right place?
You can tell if there's a cavity behind the wall by the sound it makes.
听那个墙是不是空鼓 是吧？
So the spot might be a different color.
So I'll be knocking on the walls in the dark and looking to see if any is a different shade.
Well, yes. Pretty much.
Thanks for the advice. Anything else I should know?
Be careful. Come back in
我
one
会的。
piece.
I'll do my best.
走吧 ，Let's go。
It appears we're supposed to go and mark the path for carrying out the silver.
I thought you were going with Brabant. He boasted that he knows those passageways.
I told him I'd rather go with you.
You made the right choice. Brabant would have talked your head off.
Well, are we ready to go and take a look underground?
Absolutely. Where is the entrance anyway?
In the kitchen.
That's a promising start.
Let's go, baby。 我走了啊！哼，他不理我，各位，绝情的女人。他说那个人跟我一起走的话，说话会把我耳朵叨出茧子来。他还真是沉默寡言呢，一句话都没有。可以的，我欣赏他。
Let us go. That smell.
这还需要爬楼梯吗，老弟？我踩在头上。
How long have they been throwing shit down here? It is nearly up to my knees. Perish. And it's bloody slippery. The nerve of Shiska and Dry Devil. I give them coin and they send me to wade through shit. Stay close to me. The path might branch off somewhere. We would not want you to get lost.
You won't scare me. I'm not a child.
You are scared shitless, I can tell. This poor soul must have been here a long time.
说谁呢？这也没有尸体啊，哥们儿，你见鬼了吗？
I wonder what schmuck feels the need to hide his stuff down here.
哦，我来整一下。 哎呦，有人吗？这偷东西是吧？偷东西，偷东西，我让你偷。搜刮。你不来帮忙就给他蹲着啊！ 哦，这么专业，没听出来啥啊？
Must be somewhere else.
废话嘛，这儿。
Oh, that sounds different. We have it.
Nothing here. We have to go somewhere else.
这其实是有人撒了泡尿啊！
Come, let us go back. Have you ever been to Kuttenberg? Before all this, I mean.
A long time ago. With Martin.
Is that so?
Aye. He was here on business and brought me along as help, but I didn't see much. Martin met with a customer in the morning, and we drove back home in the evening.
Perhaps we passed on the street and did not even know it.
Henry, sorry, but
哎呦，你怎么来了？
Smell pretty bad.
I know. I'll go and wash. And blow out all the candles.
Oh, whatever next.
Can I ask you something? There's something I've been wondering about for a while.
And do you know there's something I've wanted to ask you for a long time too?
Go ahead. I have nothing to hide.
All right then. You know, I don't know that much about you. Where are you from? What about your family?
I grew up in Skalitz. It was a small mining town on the Sasau River. My father was a blacksmith.
Was?
One day Sigismund's army came, and now he's dead. I managed to escape, but my father, Ma, Bianca...
I'm sorry. I didn't want...
No, it's all right. I ran, and our master, Sir Radzig Kobyla, took me into his service. And then it turned out that my father was not actually my father, but Radzig was.
What?
I know, it's a bit complicated. Well, and here I am, in the service of a lordling who always has one foot in jail.
I reckon each of us has a cross to bear. It's just some people can talk about it, and others can't. I'm sorry about what happened to you, believe me. I mean it. But I admire you for telling me. I don't think I could have done so. Thank you.
没事。
I already told you everything about me. So what about you? Will you tell me now where you met Zizka? What brought you together?
I'm sorry, but I just can't. Please don't take it the wrong way, but don't ask me about this.
好的。那没什么好说的了，走了。
Sam and I walked through the cellar as far as we could, and marked the spot where we should dig.
Well done. Brabant has found some men in the meantime. He may refuse to go down tunnels, but he does have his uses. Considering how much coin he promised them all, I reckon they'll do everything they can to make sure we get out alive. Oh, and while we're on the subject, take this. You've done a lot of good work. You deserve it.
见外了啊，给了我175块钱，太见外了。
What now then? Have you come up with a way to get to the legate and persuade him to take us to the Italian court?
I should say so. Hey, listen up, all of you. You're done for today, but get plenty of sleep. We'll chase you from your beds early in the morning.
Oh, is that really necessary?
It is. We'll be riding to Lorette's.
Cardinal Pozzo goes to bed with the chickens and gets up before the crack of dawn. After the morning prayer, he eats breakfast together with his retinue, and no one is allowed to disturb them. Most regular folks are asleep at that time, so everything should be nice and quiet when you pay him a visit.
If we don't persuade him to get us into the Italian court, we're fucked. So don't do anything stupid, right?
明白。
Should we be prepared for a fight?
That shouldn't be necessary. Godwin insisted he'll sort things out peacefully with the Cardinal. But I reckon we'll have to twist his arm a bit. And while Godwin's persuading His Eminence to put on a show with us at the Italian court, the Devil, Janosch, Kubienka and Ada will take his retinue away to the Devil's Den.
Hagen and Urso will be waiting for us there to keep them under guard.
So what exactly am I supposed to do?
Like I said, stand beside Godwin looking mean.
这让我想起了这个周星驰的电影《功夫》。
Exactly. No killing.
大哥，斧头帮。
Everyone except Capon, Brabant, Catherine and Rosa.
What? Am I just supposed to sit on my ass with the women?
At least you'll get your beauty sleep. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
It's true we shouldn't leave this place unwatched.
Too fucking right. And don't you worry, Lord Capon. If anyone tries to get inside, Catherine will protect you.
Keep your jokes to yourself, Tosspot.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, come on. Lighten up a bit, eh?
All right, let's get to work.
Report to me tomorrow morning, is that clear?
明白。那这期视频咱们就先玩到这里，兄弟们。接下来就要把一帮特使绑架，然后穿上他们的服装，再去那个意大利宫里面那个地方偷钱啊。那感谢各位收看啊，我们下期视频见，拜拜，拜拜。哟，什么意思啊？没看我俩搁这啊含情脉脉的对视吗？你干什么？
What's your impression of the Lego? How does he look?
Cardinal Pozzo? Actually, he surprised me. I was expecting a shaky old codger, but he's a pretty handsome fella. It's a shame he's a clergyman.
Meaning he's young?
Well, he's certainly older than you, if that's what you mean.
So if he's older than me, he's not that young, eh? I'm no clueless boy either.
But you are a boy, Henry. And if you survive all this madness, you'll still be for some time yet.
So what do you know about Zizka's past?
I don't know what to tell you about him. After all, you can just ask him yourself, can't you?
All right. But what's it like working for him?
It's liberating. Yeah, that's the right word. It's bloody liberating. He's definitely not a bastard who would betray you for coin, if that's what you're wondering.
Good to know.
Aye, Jan is simply a man who goes after what he wants with a sword in his hand. If he ever wants to kill you, he will. But not by stabbing you in the back. Trust me on that.
OK， 没事了啊。哎，他吃醋生气了，那一个兄弟们怎么办？哄不好了，去哪儿了？啊，这里，生气了啊，生气了。